Small gun. It says we are playing the mirror potentially. Need to draw Amulet or Spelunking. Probably would I go to 5. Classic map. But I guess I need a bounce land or just a regular land. This makes sense to keep on 5 in the mirror. For sure. Doesn't matter which I lead on, realistically. Good morning, Kaneki. How do Polish people celebrate American Independence Day? We don't really. If I lose this game because of map not being a bounce land, I guess I'm switching back to a Gruul Turf. Map has not been very useful lately, and I've been enjoying it a lot more than I've been happy with it, so I guess the card is truly shit, potentially. Udaya, thank you for the sub. Oh no. That's horrible. Opponent also missed land number 2. Now a Crumbling Vestige is good enough to win. Where's the Saga? Let's fucking go. Now green producing tapped land is good enough to win, so that's Crumbling Vestige and Shifting Woodland. It was true about Woodland anyways, I guess. Hello Mr. Streamer, watching you play against Mengu in round 2 of the PT RCQ was like watching my 2 dads fight, yeah. Mengu even got unlucky and got the harder path where he had to play round 1. Had to win it. While I was one of the 70% of players also to get the buy, which was extremely powerful. Then I played against Mengu. He mulliganed to 4. Game 1. Lotus Field. Urza's Cave. Simic Growth Chamber. Why did we do that? Are we going to put Azusa into play? Because otherwise it doesn't make much sense, right? Unless there's enough grazers. 2 more grazers. Well, 1 more grazer, I guess. Pact for grazer, holy shit. So I guess villain needed to cycle explorers into that. At least it's a Titan and not an analyst. Can go to Yemen. Villain needs to pay for Pact next turn. I think if I draw a Crumbling Vestige, that's actually gonna be really good for me. Villain holds up Boseiju. My goal is gonna be to Boseiju them as well. If I draw a Crumbling Vestige, then I guess my opponent can hit the map. And then it's not really good for me. I need to get lucky on my Explore then. Search for forest, that's puzzling. What's the benefit of fetching out the forest? Oh, a Primeval Titan drone. If draw Vestige can secure Lotus Field to play Titan. Well, if I play Vestige and my opponent Boseiju's Expedition map and response, then actually I can secure nothing. That's what I was worried about. I mean, I don't necessarily have to scoop yet, but it's sketchy. But yes, if opponent wouldn't Boseiju the map, then I can do that. Otawara. Sure, so then I'm just gonna bounce my Saga, which still puts me at a bounce land, Vestige, or Kurden, or anything like that. I only got a 4th Amulet though. Sure, bro, kill me. Exclamation mark Neoform. What do you mean? Is it just because the Neoform deck also gets unlucky a lot? Just like me? Where you summon your Griselbrand and you draw cards and then you realize, holy guacamole, I was actually only 20% to win from this spot to begin with. Because those were the odds of drawing a consign to memory. No, can't be. In the mirror, we're going to use Force of Vigor and Beast Within. And Otawara, Soaring City. Well, candidates are Grazer, number 4. Probably Forest, number 3. Despite Boseiju. And Cultivator Colossus or something. There are some spots where Cultivator Colossus actually saves you or makes you not lose to an endurance, which is occasionally played. So I'll cut and explore. Ooh, hello, Cornuel. Won the die roll. Expedition map showing its true colors today. So bad. I guess I do keep this hand with a real bounce line in it. Maybe not. The second Lotus Field is pretty rough nonetheless. To Otawara, question mark? Very good question. The answer is yes. Maybe I should keep. Can be a turn free kill if I draw a Forest, Boseiju, Woodland. But yeah, I like Otawara in the mirror match, as it lets you interact with Urza's Saga. Here I think I'll play it out though. Second Amulet, Simic Growth Chamber, and it's over, chat. I wish I kept my Force of Vigor hand. Mr. Streamer, what do you think I should play at my upcoming RCQ? Because I am truly upset now. And just getting 8k games back is not gonna do it. Although it's kind of nice that it just happened immediately, so I got mana screwed that it instantly happened. It didn't make me wait. So I have to appreciate that. I flooded Strand. Ask them to refund your deck as well. Yeah. Giving back my deck at 0 losses, please. but also replace the Boros town with a blue-green one. What is Floodstrand, bros? There's so many options. Floodstrand Pass could be a Wrath of the Skies deck, which I don't like. Boros Bling Affinity. Yeah, and you just mentioned the white possibilities. How about Frog? Jeskai Control. I think I actually don't want to play the second Saga, even if it's a control deck. Or rather, even especially if it's a control deck. Because there is a chance we just go for constructs. Under City Sewers. Psychic Frog. How crazy was it to just construct here? But not crazy at all, that's why I spent time thinking. But ultimately, against most decks, it is better to be able to cast Titan next turn. They're gonna place bad cards like Darkslick. Yeah, that's right here. So now I summon a Pact, and if they Force of Negation it, I make a construct, I guess. Should I get map? Guess I should actually. Reality check. Avril Lavigne is 40 years old. We are at the stage of life where we just say that 40 is young. No nie, ty skurwysynu, no. Jak mnie wkurwiasz. Od rana. Why do you play Subtlety? Like, is it really so good to ditch 2 cards to counter an Ajani? Totally worth playing Subtlety to beat Titan, sure. You played Sub 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Reality check. 2 years ago was 2 years ago. I cut Cavern right before joining, so... For that sin, I'm getting underspelled. My 30 already? Yes, my birthday was in May. With every day, I have more and more intrusive thoughts about dropping playing Magic the Gathering, trying to find a real occupation, and building a family. The thoughts are stronger every day. I think Dimir players try their best to never discard a card to Frog. I mean, if the cards in hand beat your opponent, then why discard them? Magic players can have families? No, they can. Like, it's just... It's not fully related. But a little bit. Stopped grinding events in 2023. I am now happily married and about to purchase my own apartment. Can recommend. Holy shit. Good for you. What now? The answer is not much. Die to counterspell or die to no counterspell because I don't have anything. I haven't finished any higher education chat. I was studying a little bit of physics, but then I stopped because I ended up playing way too much Magic the Gathering to finish that. Duale Ausbildung bei in Deutschland ist nicht weit verbreitet auf der Welt. Ja, ja. Are we Otawaring for the lack of a better play, I guess? I could also grab Shifting Woodland, but I think that's not happening against this Murktide Regent. Okay, got... Wow, so lucky, got everything I wanted. I mean, it is actually kind of lucky. But I actually don't speak German, so it is a bit confusing to me when you speak German. Keine Deutsch sprech. Bro discarded Kaito. As if that wasn't the best card in their deck. They're not forcing Otawara. Still probably better for me to bounce the Regent. I don't think I can win if I don't. Not much to find with my Titan if Otawara is already gone. I mean, I can find Analyst. Morning Canister. I was wondering if you knew how long it took for challenges to pay out their prizes. When they finish, they pay out their prizes immediately. You just have to wait for the top 8 to play out. Polish army for sure is hiring too. Holy shit, Canister military arc incoming. Polish army. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the suggestion. Alright, I present you with lethal damage opponent. Will you do anything about that? Saga Cave? I think those are irrelevant. I'm thinking if there is a way to post-combat analyst. Tolaria West Cave. I think I can't analyst post-board because I made the construct. Which, I don't know, maybe it was a mistake or not. But I can post-combat Grazer, which is actually relevant. So it might be Tolaria West, Urza's Cave. Does the Urza's Cave matter? Does anything matter? Urza's Cave does kinda matter. Because it can copy Woodland on the next turn if somehow my opponent doesn't die, yeah. So yeah, we are attacking for 16. A fatal push on a construct means that we attack for 10 and my opponent survives. They go down to 5 cards then. So if they push and counterspell, then I die. To the frog exactly. Because it deals 8 damage. Got nothing to be done. Just one Otawara main deck. 4 mana. Otawara my construct. Interesting. I wish I could Echoing Deeps this Otawara and actually bounce my opponent's frog. But the best I can do now is to put a Grazer into play. Because I'm 1 mana short, this gets Lotus Field for +2 mana. For +6 mana, so that's 8. But then I'm still 1 short. So I basically have to dodge Fatal Push. Or Saddle. Well, Force is fine because they don't have enough cards then. They're 1 short of killing me. So Force and Subtlety are actually fine. I beat those. Well, I survived those. We'll see about beating, but we have 3 lethal threats, maybe even 4. If I get forced. Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. I guess only 3 lethal threats is possible next turn because the Urza Escape, I will just plainly not have enough mana. They just discard, but that's 7, my friend. Dead to double Ancestral Recall. I mean, I'm dead to a single Divination. But they just ditch everything and they bring me to 1. I guess they have Bowmaster in their deck, maybe. Nice. Holy shit, I didn't really think I have a chance this game, but somehow I beat a hand of Counterspell, Force, whatever. Kinda impressive game to lose for my opponent. Woodland the Goat, true. Didn't really have to cast any more spells after I got ruined by my opponent's counter magics. But we can suspect they do play Bowmasters, which makes Tireless Tracker awkwardly much weaker, but what can you do? In my Sharma the Goat. That's actually really funny. In my Sharma the Goat. I mean, true. Our local Titan player lost a match to Necroburn using untimely malfunction on a Shifting Woodland. Malfunctions this week. Was beautiful. Okay, but also I don't think that works because Woodland doesn't target unless there is a secret third mode, or unless like they made it unable to block. No, this worked perfectly in the lab. So what happens? Oh, it does target. I guess it works, yeah. That's funny. Yeah, of course it targets. I don't know why I said it doesn't. Well, that's because I thought it doesn't, but that doesn't make sense. Play your turn 3 Harbinger now, idiot. Hi, I'm gonna backseat the Arena Direct build. Bro. The Arena Direct, we got giga scammed. It just gave me an extra loss for no reason. With this deck. No, I did open the Bomb Rare. Am I fine if they ditch 4 cards to Frog? I don't think there's a reason to dismember. We were already scammed when it was the same price as the collector box event, yeah. Bad weekend to play. I won 3 boxes already, Chad. Imagine if I won 3 collector boxes, I could already... Like, I would be so rich. You will never do a direct because they just don't ever give the boxes. What do you mean? I got paid cash for the MH. once. So if I dismember now, they have to discard 4 cards. Which is like the same if I dismember after they ditch again. Do you think they will do direct with upcoming UB sets when they can have cards in Arena? Imagine being a card game company, like the biggest card game in the world, allegedly, company, and then you just agree to, like, produce cards that you don't even have proper rights to use. This is so funny. So ridiculous. I would have liked to join Bounceland. Reason for that is money. Sure. But like, I don't know. If you are... I mean, if I was Chris Cox, I would not feel respected. Self-respected, is that the word? Opponent discarded 2 cards in hopes of drawing 1 card in 2 free turns. Yeah. You could also say they discarded Counterspell to remove my Dismember from the stack. Which kinda made them draw 3 cards, so that Counterspell was an Ancestral. Whoa. Untapped. Well, I'm not playing into your sub. You have to cast it anyways. Good morning, I hope that Primeval Titan is cast this game. Well, I hope not. I hope my opponent dies to my constructs. Charge co-raiding with a party of 1, awesome. Otawara is an interesting card, but... Dismember? Sure. How does Dimir beat a land? Well, we'll see. They could sub my Tireless Tracker. But they go down to 1 card. I put it on top, the next turn play Tracker, make Clue attack for free, so they have to react again. Pitching Kaito, bro, that's like the best card in Standard currently. And you're just discarding it? It is a shame I don't have blue mana for my Otawara, but... what can you do? I mean, like, jokes aside, if my opponent played a Kaito right now, I would shoot my pants and die, so... I'm... talking big, but... Dobra, wypierdalaj, no. Kurwa, subtlety, no, jak mnie to wkurwia, ta karta za silna jest. Well, maybe you could have just played a land, put it on the bottom, and then play Titan next turn, resolve, and still win, but... the tilt factor of subtlety is real. Gówno jebane. Subtelne, tak, gdzie jest kurwa subtelność w tym? Zermany wypierdolę sobie rękę, skontruję ci wszystko, nie? Aha, 3-3 flying jeszcze. Dobra. My hand was alright, I guess I drew 2 Titans too many. Which was a problem. Actually beats within kills Frog, actually. I was thinking about bringing it in, but... I think it's a bit too bad. When you played Sub plus Solitude, you could have beaten Titan with your eyes closed. True, but... Solitude is almost blank now. Maybe, I guess it wouldn't be out of a blue-white deck. It's pretty blank out of a blue-white-black deck. Oh no, I played my Urza Cave turn 1. I will not gain life with Spelunking. Unless... Fotsies, dobra. I mean, I say dobra, but it's actually not dobra at all. Could play Vesuva copy Shore so that my Dismember costs less life. They play a frog, they have 4 cards in hand. Do I kill it then? Well, I don't even kill it, so that's the issue. Paying costs. Actually, no, not paying costs. Interesting. I play Esper, so it's still a pretty good matchup. I just find Asher game 2, game 3. Congrats on your elaborate and successful game plan. Yes, I simply beat Titan. I do that by assembling Ashiok. Damn. I mean, you're not wrong. In fact, you're giga right. I summon Urza Saga, which doesn't die to Harbinger of the Seas, which is crucial in this spot. Thank you, Maro, for changing the rules so that they are reasonable. I have 2 card types in my graveyard, 3 with Dismember, 4 with Saga, so maybe Woodland is gonna get activated this game. Maybe it's gonna be a Woodland Saga game? Rare, but... Sure? That's a bit... I mean, I guess. Tireless Tracker, holy fucking shit. This is a great draw, actually. Oj, subtlety, dobra, wypierdalaj. Leszczu. I mean, I hope they don't sub. Would be so nice if they don't. Oh. Oh. GG's. Well, I say GG's, but can I lose somehow? I don't think I lose to Harbinger anymore. Standard rotation mana looks insane. Best since Kansai thing. There's 3 color pairs that get absolutely shafted actually. I think blue-white, green-white, and Rakdos. Just have no Shockland and no Fastland. So yeah, Bond sounds like it's pretty fucked. Yeah, bro, fuck you and your stupid frog deck. I'm so happy. What you gonna do, consign my sagas? Consign this. Even have Otawara now, so I'm not afraid of anything. And the reason not to attack with Tracker? I mean, I can grow it against Subtlety, so seems like we should just attack. My Tracker is growing too. Is your tracker a grower or a shower? Sink into stupor. I draw. Guess I need a draw stop. If my opponent plays a Harbinger, I want to bounce it, so that my Saga triggers and I get triple Amulet. Oh no! Saying into Stupor plus Fotsies. They solved the tracker question. Jesus, Dimir is 2 mana inefficient. True, although sadly it is also the case for Titan. That is Giga mana inefficient. If it doesn't draw well. I guess I was pretty efficient this game. Took Titan. Chose to lose to tracker, I see. Dimir needs Solitude. I mean, if they Solitude here, they go down to 0 cards. Oh wow. That kinda works. But also not really. So I can Woodland attack with Titan now. I mean, I guess they know I can activate Woodland on Titan and just get 2 more clues. Dimir defeated. My hand is really bad. Expedition map. I mean, like, if I just replace Expedition map with a Gruul Turf, would this hand be actually much better? Not really, but it still feels bad to draw it and have map in it. I guess I keep and put back Grazer. Explore is nice in a hand like this. Like hand like this with a GSZ over Explore, unplayable. With Explore, we actually have a decent shot at having free mana and play, then turn free fetch Amulet, Lotus Field Titan. Ocelot Pride, no? Geet. Seems like we win on the next turn with this Mycosynth Gardens draw. So yeah, play Orajani. Clearly Charm on the Saga. Fots on Pact. That's fine though. Is it? It is not fine. It's gonna be fine next turn. I'll have 9 mana. And now my hand is Fotsi's proof. They play black. Does that mean they play Sephiroth? I guess it just means they play Fotsi's and maybe they play Sephiroth as well. Who the heck knows? I mean, is it really GG? I only have 1 pact, so what do I even get? If I get Titan, I just attack with a Titan, kill their bombardment, have 2 free Titans in play. If I get Analyst, I don't loop. If I get Colossus, I can't cast it, so I guess it is Titan. The Fotzi's on Pact, kinda insidious in a way. And also Woodland for an extra Titan copy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I don't have enough mana for 2 Woodlands. It just costs a crap ton to copy Mirrorpool. So I'll get Woodland now. It has to. Sacrifice the 2 colorless lands. Attack. Get Growth Chamber Boseiju. It's kind of the best I can do. I Boseiju only when they do something. Was haste on 2 not better? How do I do that? I have Spelunking in play, so I can't make Hanweir Battlements enter tapped, no matter how hard I try. I mean, I guess if they play land bombardment again, am I dead? No way, right? Okay, tapped, sure. Cool. Cool beans. I mean, I probably would be dead to a land bombardment. Wouldn't I? It would make 10,000 bajillion cats. Let's bring in my sweepers and then what? How I like the Tireless Trackers in the sideboard. Tireless Tracker just destroyed a frog gamer, which was quite nice. It is amongst the better cards against frog. So in the last 2 slots we can play 2 out of those 4 cards, chat. Maybe those. You choose the 2 cards I put into my deck. Force of Vigor kinda worse against Mardu, which is not gonna play Moon. So we're gonna go with Bog and Sex. If it was Boros, then I mean, maybe they will play Moon. People tend to do insane things. So we drew Bog. Would I rather have any of the other cards? Blood Crypt. So it's either Ragavan or Fotzi's. Dreams of Steel and Oil. Imagine splashing a color in the format of Modern in the game of Magic the Gathering 2020, year 2025. And the card you're splashing for is Dreams of Steel and Oil. How curious. No, did not empty my hand in time. Wow. Opponent led on this card. Curious. The sad part is I don't even have red mana, so... No, actually I do, I have the Crumbling Vestige, what am I talking about? So a Sweeper is actually a good draw. Oh, Dark Confidant, Sweeper, Sweeper! Aye. No Sweeper. Should I Bog now? Perhaps. Dark Confidant, damn. Flipping a Sacred Foundry. Scapeshift. Don't you want to cast out, my friend? I guess you can't. Oh, okay, Sweeper now. Oh, Mirrorpool. Do I want to transmute? I think it's too bad it makes Scapeshift into not an out. I mean, I guess Thoughtseize is also weak. Seasoned Pyromancer. I mean, Dark Confidant looks alright against Amulet, except for the fact that it dies to the Sweeper super badly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I survive at 1. Now Sweeper no longer an out. They have produced a 4 toughness creature. But I can draw a Scapeshift. Seasoned Pyrrha, okay. I have Woodland. I could Mr. Beast. Or Analyst. Analyst gets me back 4 mana currently. Mr. Beast produces 4 mana, only 1 green. Draw Scapeshift. Well, Analyst needs to flip lands. If Analyst is gonna flip lands, then Mr. Beast is just as good. I think I sacrificed Lotus Field Barrow Downs. Yes, it should be the case. Trust. Awesome. Awesome. I think we got there. Okay. Easy enough. Well, I guess maybe we need a bounce land as well. Does it put the TOS into play? So, well, no, I have Mirrorpool. I don't need a bounce land. Should be just fine. Got there in 2 draws easy, yeah. I mean, I think I was a giga big favorite to get there. Would this deck be playable without Primeval Titan? Possibly. Do think about it sometimes. Primeval Titan is mainly just good against hate, so that like you don't lose to Nile Spellbomb or something. But the non-amulet games are just not real anymore. It's just not a thing. Which one is the new one? Let's guess the top one, but... There might be a world where less than 4 Primeval Titans might be correct, or a split in the sideboard. Yeah, for sure. For sure could be the case. I did think about that and I didn't really find that, but I keep thinking. You would rather die than live in that world though. Why? How come? I guess if I sack Boseiju, then no matter which I keep, I'm fine. So we make a loop where we produce 1 mana each iteration, so that's a bit costly, but we got there with the most bare bones version. Two Primeval Titans, 4 Explorers. Dom is making fun of Explorer, as always, but you know, here I am going to be 2-1 in a challenge while he's not even participating, so I've got the receipts over him, as they say. Do you think there are enough redundancy now to make Lutri Amulet playable? I think one more Amulet effect and then... I mean, depends. You said playable, but you don't actually mean playable, right? So... just not sure what your standards are. I can't go to Yemen. I'm an analyst. Get on the plane. Fire magic, okay. Another Scapeshift, that's gonna speed things up. Now they scoop. Very curious. Alright, chat. Kefka sounds like a Polish word, kinda. Kefka. The Red Rapier is another loyalty for Clive, good to play it. 70lands.com. Minstrel is pretty bad, yeah. Kefka Court Mage. Game in hand win rate 62.4%. G F Ifrit. Game in hand win rate 50.9%. Rapier 50.9%, same card. It's Sandraven. 52.9, higher win rate than GF Ifrit. Only if you can actually cast it, the Lamao. Yeah, I have resources, bro. I have the ramens to filter, like, I'll be fine. I think I'll play T-West turn 1. You think you had to GSZ for Minstrel once, all league? Yeah. I played like 3 leagues and I only Minstrel once. Is this hand actually playable? It seems alright to me. Trying to, like, especially since I'm playing against mono black, a mono black mid-range deck with this card, it actually seems pretty good. I have Ramp and Saga. Why do Europeans use comma instead of dot for decimal place? It's a good question. Why do Americans use dot over comma? Ramen having good stats is probably just cause you only play that card if you understand the synergies. Yeah, we have plenty. The synergy is that I cast Kefka with my Ramen. Does the deck finder extension matter that much for challenges? It's not even that, it's that I recognize my opponent's name and Selfashek always plays that deck. But it does matter a lot actually, yeah. Like it's pretty accurate, people just tend to play the same deck. But even without the app, I would recognize that Selfashek is gonna play this mono black deck. Also, wanna see something cool about my deck? Uja. Genome Sorcerer. Game in hand win rate 62.1%. How about Clive, actually? Ifrit Dominant. 55.2. It's actually, like, yeah. I don't know, it doesn't seem like enough of a bomb to build around so hard. Ramen tier, yeah, slightly better than Ramen. Ramen is fixing, by the way. Also, Arimar is fixing. And Laughing Mud is fixing. Gladiolus Michitia is fixing. Oh yeah, let me use my Gladiolus Michitia to fetch blue. Oh, I just will, bro. Why wouldn't I? Sounds giga reasonable to me. If the free-to just sits and play for 4 turns in this deck, it means they aren't killing you, so you get to cast your bombs. You won't convince me. I get to cast my bombs and they answer them and I lose because my bridge card to my bombs just died. All it does is it just sits in play and dies after a few turns, and then I don't get to win because my opponent only had to answer my bombs, not my regular cards as well. Fought not seer time. Nethergoyf. Cheap aggro creatures plus removal for bombs is a winning strategy. Well, I mean, it is, yeah. Wish I had that. Emperor of Boners. No, my Primeval Titan. I think 3 of the highest win rate rares is also winning strategy. Yeah, that's why I play Kefka. Oh, nice, I won. Have I with TOS in play? Yes, because I have Crumbling Vestige. Jeden, dwa. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I get all the other Lotus Field. Yeah, Deeps is in my hand. Don't mill Pact. Managed not to mill Pact. Awesome. Now we loop. How to sideboard against mono black? Do I want trackers? Like, tracker seems like a good card against, say, mono black deck. Do I want dismembers as well? Oh yeah, Ashok, yeah, definitely. Let's bring in my anti-Ashok cards. Good point. I remember getting Dumping Sphere as well. I guess Grazer is just bad. Scapeshift is kind of bad against his hate, typically. How many Scapeshifts would you play if you could play any number? I would play 3. 33 lands, so I guess I would rather keep them all and play 64 to keep the land density. I think it often has Dumping Sphere as well. Grazer is kinda okay with Tireless Tracker. What a hand. Sure. Nilarvis making a great point. That's exactly what I mean. Ahaha, first time Amulet streamer goes to 63 post board. Well, not really. What is the tea today? I'm not sure. I have a full cupboard. I have a cupboard full of various leaf teas, and it is one of them. But I'm not sure which one that was because I did not really look. Fotzi's bug? Yeah, I mean, of course. I might want to dismember a construct, especially if my opponent makes another one. Doesn't seem like I'll be able to do much more than that. Also nice combo, Eldrazi Temple and Dumpling Sphere. Oddam ciało, oddam nawet duszę, kochać muszę. Self-Essex deck looks like a pile of random cards. Yeah, I mean, it does because it is. It's the classic Self-Essex deck building. Fortnite's here, let's go. I wonder if he hates on the graveyard enough that I just want to cut my Scapeshift entirely? Probably not, it's too good in some spots. Like, I might want Force of Vigor. Maybe. I mean, actually, I'll keep. If villain wants to take my map, so be it. Also, playing a monocolor deck and taking 3 damage on turn 1 is kind of funny. You would think that an advantage of a monocolor deck would be a painless mana base, but also doesn't seem to be the case. Bicolor, black and colorless, sure. Bicolor. Oh, one lander. One lander, I barely... Yeah, it seems pretty weak against Moon, actually. Well, I'm glad I did not cut all my Scapeshifts. If that's how this game is going. I got no roots. Piffing Needle. Okay. What are we piping? Interesting to Fotzi's Titan from my hand. Wasn't going for Saga and Constructs here good with him in Mana Scroll. Well, sort of, but I think building a mana base was also solid. Your sinus are bad, so you're awake early. I hope you feel better after watching me perform in one iteration of the Aftermath Analyst combo loop. Ups, I card one Lotus Field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good point, Nilarvis. Does villain have an extraction? I think Ravenous Trap odds are pretty slim, but extraction is plausible. Extraction on Titan, sure. That doesn't do anything. Unless you have a second one on Lotus Fields. Then it does something, but interesting to fire it off on Titan. Like, only makes sense if you have a second one, really. Interesting. I mean, you could just also extract the Analyst. But seems like villain is F6 now, so... Only 5 rounds? It is. It's a 32-player challenge. Holy guacamole. Did you ever had trouble reaching Delirium? So Scapeshift always gives you Delirium because you always have Analyst, Creature, Scapeshift, Sorcery, Pact, Instant, and Land because you have lands in your graveyard. So occasionally I had trouble reaching Delirium, but Scapeshift just kind of solves that. 3-1 ID usually works at your LGS. Well, good for you. Happy for you. Classic local LGS shop, yeah. My FLGS, fucking LGS. Nice. Opponent kind of blew the extraction. Like, I wonder if it would actually stop me. If it would actually do anything. If they waited. Back from where? What happened? Holy shit, chat, you won't believe it. It was a spam call. Back in the subs ranks? Oh yeah. Welcome back. I'm glad you are here for us. With us. Surprising to get a spam call on a Saturday though. They work on Saturdays? Could be a bot. Sounded like a person, but remember the 1-yon ring times if you had Bojuka Bog in your deck? If your opponent had ring protection and you started looping, you actually had to target yourself with the Bojuka Bog, which was at times problematic. You had to combo on top of that, and then eventually you just had to end up exiling your graveyard so you could no longer combo. A little bit of a pain. Super, Słoneczko. Will AI also replace Canister stream chat viewers? If it's gonna replace us all? Maybe. You know the shit is getting real when the arrows show up. Whoops. Your win rate would be less if the deck was called Amulet Analyst. That's an interesting statement. Oh, this hand is a bit too weak, I think. On the draw, we don't really do anything. Bro, fucking expedition map. Actually, it's fine in this hand. Go turn 1 map, turn 2 crack, turn 3 copy. Not, oh, Meticulous Archive, not nice. Even Godless Shrine is probably the white-black deck splashing for, yeah. It's the Frog Catcher most deck. That's Esper Blink. How does one beat Amulet? Well, that's how. Curve the best possible. A bit awkward here now. Hmm. If they have more Flicker Wisps or anything, then I'm kinda screwed. Damn. I had the win if not for the Ephemerate. Of course, opponent interrupted me though. Wait, is that it? Hold on. Field, 3 mana. Grazer, 2 mana, 4 mana. I think it works. 2 Analysts at least. And then Beast. I think it had to be Echoing Deeps specifically, so I had to reverse and not draw my opponent by ripping Echoing Deeps. Well, it's also not guaranteed win still, but A good chance. Especially if I mill something nice with my analyst. They get back a Solitude. They got back a Witch Enchanter. Mill a Forest. Well, so it's just gonna be a Colossus with 2 lands in hand, so it's not so great. Not sure what to leave in play versus graveyard. This was maybe a bad option. Not sure if it's a me problem, but you just faced 5 Dimir back to back in a standard league. LOL. Dimir seems pretty strong, yeah. In standard. Ketramos, a new down. That means that they're left with a single Witch Enchanter in hand. Really, they kept Witch Enchanter over Ketramos? Oh, nice. Well, I guess I don't have a multi-producing land, but that's fine. I have exactly 6 mana, luckily. I mean, it would be nice to have more, frankly. Haste. They have an Ephemerate coming back. One pack to pay for. I should be fine. Not sure if playing out the amulet is actually even good though. Let's my opponent just kill both of my amulets, but that is at the cost of them not doing anything else with their turn and dying to my Titan attacking them next turn, so should be alright. Oh no, they chose Spelunking as well. They are time maxing. No amulets now, awkward. Thank you. And thank you for the sub. Padre Terno 87, you're pretty good as well. For a viewer. Alright, we won. Even though it looked really grim at a few points. They could play Ashok. Beast within. Rather in. Let's keep Grazers. They're good against Frog. I'll use a few. 2862 is the perfect mana density. Land count. And is perfectly fine. Turn 1 Grazer, turn 2 Spelunking. Against an opponent who mulligans to 5 and is going to try to rely on Psychic Frog card advantage to get them back into the game. What time is the Super? The Modern Super? 4 PM, okay. Super Modern Curva. The Super is during supper. It's gonna last 10 hours, so it's actually doing everything, right? Just a lengthy tournament. Fotsies, that's brutal. Actually, it's not brutal. They have 3 cards left in their hand. Wow, that's brutal. Although if they Fotsies my Grazer and they have Frog, it's kind of neat. Ooh, okay, that was actually brutal. The second Grazer is pretty useless unless I draw a bounce land in my next draw step. Four of their 3 cards are extremely good. Well, name 3 cards that are extremely good in this spot. I'm waiting. I guess Frog into Ketramals. That will be quite good. I think I should put the second Grazer into play just to make sure that they don't get any damage. With Frogster. I mean, Ketramals is gonna be alright. Although 9 life already, that's funny. There's a drop of the skies on my Grazers. That's so funny. Giga punished for playing the second one. Holy fucking shit. Just straight ditch the Ephemerate, bro. I want to deal you an extra point of damage. Okay. I play Tireless Tracker. I would have not ditched Ephemerate if I was my opponent, but... sure. Hello Canister, I have not been here recently, I hope you are doing well. Thank you for coming back, Wilhelm97. You also weren't there because I wasn't streaming much. I was in Las Vegas and then I just didn't feel like streaming too often, I guess. So that probably played a part in you not being there. High noon, whoa! What the hell? It's high noon. Well, you go to 6. What an awkward game. High noon against Titan, holy shit. Pest control, I'll cycle. Into prismatic ending, so that's the same thing. Cool. What a scuffed game from both sides. I want to draw Spelunking now. Into a bounce land. One time. Aye, that's really bad. Might actually lose easily from this spot if my opponent stops my tracker. If I have just 2 medium draw steps. Okay, no block, no attacks. Oh, come on. Come on. Really? Tireless Tracker, not a single clue created in 3 turns. Giga punished for playing my Grazer on turn whatever it was, right before my opponent cast Wrath of the Skies, because... Alright. Saved. Grove Chamber. That's a land. I would like an untapped one, but still no courage to attack. That's nice. They probably have consigns. Do I attack with the tracker? That costs 6 now. That attacks for 6 now. The answer is no, because they have a 7 toughness blocker. What a game of Magic the Gathering it is. I can almost... They keep on top? Kept on top. I can almost... Otawara the Frog, but not quite. Hopefully they don't have red mana in their deck to shoot me with their High Noon, because it could come down to that. Almost. I don't think they do. Although, you know, one could be tempted to play a Sacred Foundry, or maybe not a Sacred Foundry in a Psychic Frog deck, a Blood Crypt, Steam Bands. All of those options sound pretty bad, given that it's also a Flicker Wisp deck. Flicker Wisp. Okay. I guess I could Scapeshift for Otawara. Whoa, Flicker the Shadowy Backstreet, really? Curious. 4 Titans in hand. The options are to cast Titan or to Scapeshift for Otawara. We kept 2 mana up, so could have a Felia to block as well, and Titan beats that. If I get consigned, then my opponent goes to 2 cards, draws a card again, they have 3 cards, they have 7 power, I have 9 life, they had to champ block. So Titan seems like a good play, yeah. Ephemerate vibes, that's fine. Is it? If they consign, can't you just play Vesuva as Vestige? Yeah, that's true, I guess. Block Ephemerate? I guess that kind of works. Also, we make clues. I think if they Ephemerate, I can bounce the Psychic Frog, so I'm fine. You can ask me how, and I will say, well, on attack, I find 2 bounce lands, get back Otawara and Forest. And then I'm 1 mana short, so I guess you might be asking why, how, and the answer is I don't know. Sure. So you can't play any more spells, that's fine. Have I watched Forsen's HS Arena runs recently? As in current year ones? 2025? I have not. I mean, I have watched 0 lifetime. So I guess no wonder. It's a very good play. We got their chat, we top 8'd. Which means that the top 8 is Canister on Amulet Titan, Join Stats, who we played round 1 on Amulet Titan, and Read Q7, most likely on Amulet Titan. Expedition map in every opening hand today. I am cutting the map for the super. And not that many of the hands the map would have been better than, would have been that much better as a bounce land. But in some of them at least, that would be the case. Nic wody, jak marszałek pił wódki dużo. Jeden za wszystkich i wszyscy za jednego. A kto nie pije, ten hu. Isn't Minstrel good enough for Amulet? I played with it and I did not like it. I also don't like Green Sun Zenith too much, so it's been not only Minstrel that's been lackluster, it's also been GSZ, so I'm happier just playing Explorers. I have enough amulets in my deck. And Minstrel is a really bad amulet. Not going to cast a Titan. Stubborn Denial on a Summoner's Pact would be a bit devastating. An opponent is chilling and not doing anything. So we can chill back. Gruul Turf is a nice draw. Next turn I can play Turf, bounce back the Forest. So worst case my opponent puts a Kavu or Scion of Draco into play and holds up Stubborn Denial. In which case I would Summoner's Pact, and if they stab I bounce the big monster. Pay, Pact. And then we chill for 2 more turns, but opponent also has no board. I forgot about that. It's an issue perhaps. Alright, Stabby D check. I forgot that Scion is actually hexproof because they have the ley line. It's rarely relevant against Amulet. Also, they simply don't have it, so who cares? What if Domain Zoo played Zur? Then you would call it Domain Zur. Z-O-O-R. And you know, you have Leyline Binding, Leyline of the Guild Pact to animate, you have good targets. Domain Zur. Holy shit, that would be so funny. I need to build a deck like this now. Zur Zoo, yeah. Domain Zur. I Leyline Binding your Titan. I lose next turn as you free your Titan. Yeah. Cool. Nice play. It is interesting that it actually got so long to adapt Otawara into Titan. But now just everybody plays it always. It's so good. 2 Scions. Ay caramba. I have to pay for a Pact. Just imagine you click no in a Pact trigger. I think I never done that, but the fear is always there. Fear and morbid curiosity. What if I do click no? Curious, huh? You once lost for accidentally casting Pact on turn 1. That was probably before they added the confirmation window, asking you if you're sure. Did they ever blow out your bounce lands to deny you pay the Pact? Oh yeah, for sure. It's pretty rare now because typically you Pact and you win, but back in the summer bloom times it happened often. Maybe not routinely, but often. I guess if villain tribal flames twice. I never draw anything, I can die now. But also doesn't seem like that's what they are doing. Also, siemaneczko Kserkuwa, witaj na streamie kanistrowym. I jak leci? Yeah, I like it when they sing Clair Obscure because that's the title of the game. And I really like the game, so. Clair Obscure, Clair Obscure. Also, the Clair Obscure game is pretty funny story-wise. They just do random shit and don't explain it, and it's pretty funny. I'm wondering if it's just because it's French. I don't know if that's what being French is like, but it's kind of based at times. Nice keep. Everything's pretty well explained. Well, I guess not story-wise, maybe just deck building. No, not deck. World building-wise. They just have random paintbrush people and like so a lot of silly stuff happens. Oh no, turn to Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Good thing we're not playing a mirror, but might still break me, frankly. Given my opening hand. What the heck that keep? Why didn't I mull to 5? I think my Mulgan button briefly broke. Goblin Shaman token. Two Grazers gone to Ragavan. So, you know, typically Grazer is the biggest enemy, the mortal enemy of Ragavan, stopping it right in its tracks. But this game, it's Ragavan who takes revenge on the poor Grazer. O, pierdolę. Dobra, let's explore, because if I just play Grazer, I don't win. So we have to make some bold moves. If I just Spelunking into Scapeshift, I can win. The Shaman token is still more expensive than Tarmogoyf. That's funny. Perhaps. Actually, still with regards to Clair Obscure, somebody earlier asked what was my team, and actually for a solid third of the game I was just playing solo male. Because early game I found some Pictos that offered pretty significant buffs when you fight alone, and then just there was no point in fighting with anybody else besides her. Niedobrze. But then, like, at certain point, it became better to just have more teammates. But there was particularly one solo Picto which just said when fighting solo, you get 100% critical hit chance or something like that. That's just seemed very absurd. I wanted dismembers against somebody who keeps Fable. I don't know. So I keep boarding dismembers against Zoo. Like, they're good at killing Kavoom, but they're not really important anymore given that they don't play. I have to move. Given that they don't play the Thrall anymore. Good morning, Nobeyube. Spelunking is a really good draw. Oh, into Scapeshift? Bro, I just need a bounce land now to win on turn 3. I love it when I keep a shit hand and I get 2 good draw steps and it's a turn 3 kill hand. Well, I guess I got 2 good draw steps and I need a third good draw step, so it's a bit worse than what I said, but still. Land. Oh! Bro, what the fuck? Come on, this is too good. Insane. Imagine if I drew Expedition map instead. I guess I boarded it out, so cannot be the case. Hello, Mlex. Vivo and Zulul. On the draw in an Amulet Mirror. Ay, caramba. They played Saj Katzroy. Not good. I mean, I guess it's good because I can overkill it and have lethal, so it's actually pretty good. Naiju Mountain. Alright, Gaius von Belsar, insane card, indeed. Grass Showcase, it's a super qualifier, I will play it. I was planning on streaming it. Should actually keep it, I think. It's a turn 3 win. Let's swap basics. This looks fairly green. I think I'll just use the Cosmos ones. They are the clearest. Maybe this. This is pretty green. Heart emoji. Heart emoji. Holy shit, they are so ugly. I love it. Do I not have a swamp of this kind? Damn. How come? This looks swampy. Oh my. This looks plain C. That seems like a good set of basics. Can't Boseiju my opponent meaningfully. Looks like my little brother's basic setup. Nice. I appreciate your little brother. Unstable plains and islands are your favorite. I don't know if they exist on Magic Online, and if they do, I don't seem to have them in my collection, so what I can say, good for you. Oh, wow, 2 forests, but I think Raid Q plays 7. 4 forests rather. I don't know why I said 7. Unhinged is better than everything else. Okay. Is that our round 1 opponent? It is not. Although our round 1 opponent also made top 8 and lost the quarters. Tururu, turururu, tururu, turururu, tururu, turururu. Damn, I can't wait for a Sonic the Hedgehog secret lair. So I can play with my favorite characters, Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow the Hedgehog in the game of Magic the Gathering. This seems like enough. What have I actually got, Colossus? Not a 61 believer. I bored into a big deck plenty of times, but Mirror is not it. If I draw Bounce Land, this is going to be a turn 3 victory. If I get Force of Vigor, it is not gonna be the case. Oh. So I guess I could Boseiju the Amulet. I can't really hold that Boseiju though. Unless I Spelunk into another bounce land. So I guess we can try. So Boseijuing the Amulet would just mean that I don't lose to second Amulet, Bounce Land, Grazer. What's the reason for not playing Dryad and Valakut? Well, they are just not good cards. So it kinda, you could think about it this way. There is, give me a minute. There's 20,584 cards legal and modern. So plenty of them are not in my deck. In fact, most of them. So you could maybe even say that there is a higher burden on a card to clear the criteria for being playable rather than for me to argue that it is not playable. Get it? And Dryad Valakut just kinda not good to draw Dryad, it's not good to draw Valakut, and kinda don't need that angle. Maybe opponent will choose to be on a draw game 3. On the draw for Grazer. -1 Explore, I guess. Not giga likely for Explore to be relevant. In the mirror. Well, I need to draw a Titan for it to be a turn 3 win, and I can't interrupt my opponent whatsoever. Probably should mulligan this. I think I should mulligan this. Kind of tempting to keep maybe, but... Now, this is not a great 6, but it's probably better than a 5. Opponent mulligan to 6 and is pondering. Yeah, sure. Grazer into Saga. Let me respond with Grazer. Put Saga into play. You remember when there was around 16k magic cards and someone put them all in a huge bracket to find the best? Oh yeah, that was a thing. I think the top 8 was Lightning Bolt, Birds of Paradise, Black Lotus. At least those were some of the candidates. I don't remember who won. Ooh, 4 life, huh? Seems better to have it in play than to have a Mirrorpool in play. Lightning Bolt 1 makes sense. Very clean, powerful, and iconic card. Crumbling Vestige. For sure I will not get Scapeshifted. Ay caramba, I am getting Scapeshifted. Soaring would be your pick. Interesting. Maybe opponent will not mill Woodland with their Analyst trigger this time. I did not notice that happening, but also they didn't need to. Right, they just had the normal... Actually, I wasn't looking at their combo at all, so I don't know what they had. Am I queued for the next PT? No, I am not. I believe I cannot qualify anymore, so I will not get any Spider-Man promos. No, they had Lotus Field, Urza Scape. They didn't need to mail anything. They didn't need to mail the Woodland. Okay, tank, just get murder. Well, I mean, are we getting anywhere? Oh, mill TOS, but no bounce land? No, Vesuva? No. No bounce land. So currently this is not getting anywhere. Oh, there's an Urza's Cave. Ah, fuck. No, come on. I lost to putting Urza's Cave into play. Mirrorpool would have lost as well. I would have needed to put Otawara into play to play around that. That's funny. Alright. Semifinals was our result. One